to.
Paul,
Yes.
I just wanted to ask, I'm not sure if you've shown us in previous videos, but if you could show us how to do the cross-referencing.
Yeah, good point. Okay, cool. All right, I just want to go back to, I'll get to that. So I just want to go back to this one here. Right, you can almost see my screen, I'm assuming. Okay, so I had said just before we left the last bit that everything was complete, but I just noticed as I was looking at this that there are a few things missing. So the dimension here for this radius, this diameter, and that diameter are missing. So we can either do that in these views, quite acceptable. That gives me the diameter symbol, not a problem. Or we can do it in the actual section view. I kind of like it in the section view because everything's together, but in this case, it doesn't really matter. The other thing that's missing is that my datums are missing. So I just want to show you something that you might experience. I want to select datum feature. If I select this line, you'll see that this datum line won't go outside of the line. And I think what's happening is it's actually rotating on the model, and it simply won't come out. So what you'd have to maybe do there is put some sort of line like this out. But these lines would be useful in any case, because in my case, it's not the same as Vion's drawing, but in my case, I created a formal gap between that arc and the rest. So I need to actually just dimension the beginning of the arc. So this little center point is a problem, but I'll leave it for now. For all right, so that's a minor thing, but it's just you know, things that you might be aware of. Just check that things like center lines, that you don't make assumptions about where these things are, you know, what their position is. So that position is actually formal off of my two datums, and then I can use those lines as my datum lines. So datum reference, that should be 1, and that would be the other one. And in this case, I think you'd only have 2 datums. 1, 2. Right. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much all done. Okay, so let's save that. So here, the cross-referencing thing, is anyone whose drawing I can use who would be happy for me to just go and explain it quickly?
Yeah, you can use mine.
Who's that? Hamza, eh?
Hamza.
Okay. Don't know if I've brought it in yet. Let's just see. Where are you? Second, there we go. So I haven't done that. Hold on a sec. Oh, what am I doing? I don't need to worry about that. Oh yes, I need that one. I don't need this one. One of these two, Hamza, exploded view or general assembly?
I sent an email last night. It's a different one with detailed drawing.
Okay, but you should have. Okay, this would not be adequate here as a bill of materials. What you need here is cross-reference. Okay, so this is your general assembly. You know what? worry about this. I'm going to hop over to Rhino. Much easier place to go and have a look at PDFs. Just so much easier. So you say you sent it last night, Hamza? That was last night. Okay, so I'm going to need to just bring these across. Oh, it's in there already. Okay, so which one of these is it? These are duplicates. It's a duplicate. You said
solid exercise 8 AMSA detail drawing.
all right. I definitely don't have it. Arms competition. Let's see. So this was sent 8:59. Oh, this was a while back. So you might have to resend it, Hamza, because I didn't get it.
I just resent it now.
You send it now.
It again.
Okay. You might have to resend it again, but this time don't select my name from the list. You might have to type out my address fresh. Because I'm not getting it. I think is Gabriel here? I'm going to use his. I hope he doesn't mind.
He said he was having.
Yeah, I know he's having trouble. I just thought maybe he joined. Okay, Hamza, yeah, I can see. There we go. Okay, you've got it. All right, let's pull that in there. Okay, so it's this detailed drawing, eh? Yeah. All right. Just a thing on naming again. Remember, please, your name. Exercise 8 I don't really need, but I do need, like ARM says, the project. What is the name of the item? That's what I want, not the fact that it's a detailed drawing. So you know, all right, let's just open that. So let's go across. It's this one here. Yeah? Come on. Okay, is that it? Huh? Okay, I'm going to delete this for now just because it's in the way. Okay, so what I need here is detail drawing. All right, please, Hamza and everyone else, the title is, what is this? What is the name of this thing? Not detailed drawing. There, you never put detailed drawing ever. It's never ever a title of anything ever. Okay, so AMSA rotomolding project is fine. Title, what should that be?
Should it be the name of whatever I named this part?
Yeah, what is this part? What is it? What is its name?
Wade Buddy.
Wade Buddy. No. So that's its branding name. What does it do? Is it a bucket? Is it a rocket launcher?
It's a floating fishing rod holder.
Fishing rod holder. Now you see. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay, so fishing. In fact,
Phil, do you leave the detailed part completely out? Or could you say detailed drawing?
no, you must put it in. What do you mean detailed? Oh, you mean in the title?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need it because there's only two kinds of drawings. There's general assemblies or assemblies, where you'll always put assembly or sub-assembly or general assembly, and then there are detailed drawings. So by default, all drawings are detailed drawings until you name them general assembly or assembly or sub-assembly. So what we want in the title is we want to know what is it that you're looking at. Fishing rod holder, rocket launcher, spaceship. No, it's a part, so it won't be the spaceship. It'll be the nozzle in the rocket. Okay, so it's the actual parts. That's what you want. Does that make sense? All right, so let's have a look. Let's have a look here. Okay, so what I need here is a cross-reference. So you can put it in the notes. So let's just Control copy, Control V. So we go ref, caps ref, and then drawing number. So whatever your other drawing number is, or your GA. So it could be GA, G.A, and the title of that GA, or it could be your drawing number. Sorry, come on, ERWG N-O, and I'm going to give it XYZ, something like that. So what this is doing is, whoever's looking at this can say, okay, how do I find how this part fits into the rest of the project? Cool, I can go and find that drawing number, and I can find this part in there with all the other parts that belong to it. And then if we go across, it's going to grab yours, Control G, to one side. Gabriel, I'm sure won't mind if I just borrow his, because I've looked at his. General assembly. Yep. Come on, don't do that. That's about that. Oh, something's very wonky with my controls. Okay, that's looking right. It's just the wrong way around. Oh dear, still not right. Yes, okay, sorry about that. These are all my bits. Okay, so Gabriel's is his bill of materials is quite detailed, which is good. So part number, or that could just be title, the material, yes, drawing reference. So these here, that there, ARBS 002GA, I think is the same, that's 001 EVGA. What you want here is you want the drawing reference of the drawing of that part. So that part there, fun box plastic, what is its drawing reference number? So that I'm in my GA now, I can say, okay, great, there's that part, number one. Where's number one? There's number one. Here, this big part here. Where do I find the drawing for that? Okay, that's what I want. So each one of these will be different. Some of them you might not have, like for instance, this fastener of some sort. You would just say NA. So NA, not applicable. But anything you've drawn, you would then put it in there. Does that make sense to everyone? That's why it's called cross-referencing, because I can go to one drawing and I can find another drawing by looking at the drawing reference. Or I can go to the other drawing and find that drawing getting the reference. So it's cross-referencing. It's referencing from one drawing to the other. Got it, everyone? Okay. Is that enough? Is that enough detail for you to go on? I'm going to assume that is. Right. Okay. So any questions on this issue? I think here I actually have all the dimensions in it, and hopefully that's a lot simpler than what I see so far. A lot of you going around doing. So it's just about adopting the right approach to what you're doing and figuring out what views you need. Anything which is not nice and simple in terms of square, rectangle, triangle, it's going to need section views. But just about any drawing you do is going to need section views. Okay, so there is one other view that you probably need here, which I haven't put in, which is this one here. So let's just pull one out. Ah, there we go. Okay. So obviously you can now, you know how to twist this if you want. You can twist it. Show the most suitable view. And then can I ask you guys, it won't do it for some reason. That's right, because it's not the right kind of view. It's a fixed view, that's right. Okay, so let's just see. I've been trying this, yes. I know we can't. So we'd have to pull this view in as a separate view to be able to twist it around. Or you'd have to go to your views, your default views here, if you'd set up a view in this item. So I could go in this one here. Let's say I wanted to do hit the space button, say view number whatever ISO. Okay, hop across back to here. So I want this one to be not in here. Okay, it's not in there, right? So you'd have to then bring this in as a separate view. Okay, I'm not going to do that. That's good enough for now. Yes, please don't. I know I've sent you color drawings. The problem with them is that when they come through in PDFs, they come through as quite heavy. They use up a lot of data, which isn't a problem for me, but it does make it difficult to navigate those things. And I'm going to then delete them, and then I don't have a record of what you've done. So if I could ask you, wow, okay, that went quickly. So if I could ask you, please only give me line drawings. You can put color in, that's not a problem. So if you want to, color these, that's really not a problem. You want to color your dimensions a particular color. Just don't make them yellow because I can't read yellow. No one can. Yellow on white doesn't work. So that's what you can do. So I'm going to leave this one for now. Don't think we're going to have time, but I will make up for it by just continuing the video afterwards. So recent, just wanted that one. Yes, okay, so this is a part I'd made. I specifically made it because this pattern here, Gabriel had made a pattern, but some other of you might have done a pattern as well. So let's just get that drawing in place. Okay, so here we go. I've got a front view and a side view, and here is this pattern. Once again, we need a section view of this, but the actual pattern itself is not something that you want to go in dimension in detail. All you need is a section of one of these arms and then the pattern. So what you can do is go to the view. Just see what the view says. Drawing view 2, okay? On the left-hand side here. go to the sheet, go and find drawing view 2, and in your feature tree, go down to that pattern, which is here, cut, and you can make the sketch visible. So we can do all sorts of things in this feature tree that'll help us in the drawing. So now this sketch is visible. Here it is here. I haven't tried it, but I might be able to. No, looks like I can't. So we'll actually have to go and select these one by one. Let's see if we can do that. No. Okay. Should have made that simpler. And then I'm going to Control C, Control Copy. Won't do it. Can we? Did this earlier. Under Sketch, you may be able to move entities. No. Okay, I'm not sure why I can't get hold of these. Let me try with just a few. So let's see if we can copy entities. No, it's not going to do it. Okay, so there was a way. I forget how it was, but if I know what the actual spacing is of these 6, and I know how many there are. So they're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and they're 8 down. And these are, I know that's 6 from that. There is 6 from there. And they're all 6 from that. So I can actually just create the pattern here. So instead of dimensioning this pattern inside the drawing, create the pattern separately somewhere else. Okay, and I think it was 7. Yes, 7 like that. See if I can do this very quickly. So I'm going to go to the y-axis. So I want 8 of those. I'm going to switch directions. I'm going to give it a 6. It's not quite right. It doesn't really matter. It's giving me the instance count, and it's giving me those sorts of things. And now I can just dimension. Okay, so that's going to be 6. 6. Spacing is 6. Spacing is 6. Okay, so these are too long. I'm not going to worry too much about it. So that's basically the pattern. That's all you need. And then you can just create a note from here to there to say, look at the pattern. So we go to note, annotation, note. And I like this little button here, this line leader, because that gives me a nice, it's not going to give it to me, yes. Gives me something like this, which, so I can just say pattern in here. You can be more descriptive if you need to. All right, and then the only other thing I need, the 2 other things I need here from here is the position of this thing. So this would be my datum. So what I would need to do is put in a center line. I think you can't do it other than by actually selecting it. So because there's 7, I'm going to zoom in here. Make sure I select the center of that. Hold the shift button down there. I've got 1. This one here, there 8, so I know that it is somewhere here. Okay, I might not be doing exactly the right center, but I think I have. If I was doing this for myself, I'd go a bit slower. Then I can dimension between there and there. Nope. Doesn't like that for some reason. Okay, you get the picture though. That's not going to do it. All right, so I think it doesn't like center lines. You've got to actually go and pick a feature of some sort. So I might have to just do one of my favorite tricks, just put in a little point, and then I've got a reference point to go from there to there, and I've got that dimension. So that's the position 1, 2. That's what I should have done first. That's the pattern. Now we just need to know what the shape of this thing is. There is an easier way to select these lines. I just want to make sure that they're not available. Right, if you go into once you've selected your sketch or made it visible, just select it, and as you do that, you'll see the Convert Entities button is available. If you click it, it'll grey out. It has done something. It's not so easy to see, but there the lines are. So then you can just drag select from right to left like this, and then I'm just going to unselect the 2 center lines that I put in earlier or later. I can't remember where I was in the video. And then when you hover over the bits that you've chosen, you'll see a little move button becomes available. Just drag this across to where you want it to be. It'll give you this warning message. Just say yes, and then you've got your sketch. So now you can just right drag again, make them all for construction, and off you go. And while we're here, I'm going to quickly have a look in this options button, just to help you see if you've got the right settings. So in any kind of situation that you're in a drawing, just to see if you've got the right settings, you should have your drawing standard, what is it, SolidWorks 2020 student. I can't remember what I called it. It's up here. It should be loaded. If it isn't, then just go say load from external file and load it. And then just check here under dimensions, it'll be closed. Go first of all to whole call out. If you see that that button is selected and it's the dimensions at an angle, and also if you see that the display with solid leader button is checked, uncheck this one and make sure that this middle button for the text position is selected. Do the same for radius. Make sure the middle button is selected and make sure that this one here is unselected. Okay, and then do the same for diameter. That button, the display with solid leader, is near the bottom there, and that one in the middle. And once you're happy with all of that, go back up to drafting standard. It'll still show the old one that you've got. Now you need to save that one to external file and overwrite the existing one. So it'll say ISO, well, it'll give your standard, say save, it'll give a warning message, say yes, and you say you're okay. Then you would need to go into every one of your drawing sheets, so new, and you'd have to choose each one of your drawing sheets individually, and then just save it twice. So first of all, before you do that, go back into this document properties. You can check to see if it's loaded the right one. It wouldn't have, by just going to whole call out, for instance, and seeing if it has that one selected and that one selected. If it's all right already, then don't worry about it. But if it isn't, go back up here and just say load from external file, and that one you've just saved, you'll be able to load and it'll have all the right settings. So do that for every sheet, and once you're in the sheet, then you go File, Save As. In the Save As Type button, select Draw Dot, and it'll take you straight away to your template folder, wherever you've elected to make that. And just make sure you select the same file name as the one you had, because it'll create a new drawing template. Sorry, not file name. Yes, file name. So I think this was A2, so save. It'll ask you if you want to overwrite it. Say yes. Okay, and then the last step you got to do is just save sheet format. Go and save it as the one that you were in, and then you should be good to go. We're going to go through this thing again. So I want a horizontal one. I'm going to pull this out like that. Pull this in. Okay, once I've got that sketch okay, I just exit the sketch, and you see it places the item where I want it, but I actually want it to be much larger, so I'm going to say it's 1:1. I want it to be a 2:1 at least. Okay, so much too big, but that's all right. That's cool. Close the dialog. And then from here, I don't like all of these other lines. So I'm going to say slice section. So that's all I've got. And then this one, I don't want all the other parts. So I'm going to go break view. So I want from there to about there. So I just need one of these. And I'm going to do that again. This time horizontally. And that's all I want from that view. So at the moment it's aligned. I'm going to break this alignment by going to alignment, break alignment, pull this over. And now I can dimension the width, the depth, and then I just need one note here. And I can just put in here all fillets. Oops.